Hello and welcome to this lesson 3 on learning the Devanagari script. As before, I will be going through the Yogavataranam textbook, but again as before, it doesn't matter very much if you don't have it. I'll be going through the important conjuncts with you, and also I will be going through the more difficult ones and also the more noteworthy ones using the Lexilogos system that I'll call up on my screen. Conjuncts fall broadly into two categories. The first category is sometimes not even called conjuncts. That's just how the consonants combine with vowels. And it's where you have two or more consonants run together, merging together into one symbol, that is more properly called the conjuncts. For those of you who are following with Zoe Slater-Ponte's Yogavataranam, I'll be looking at page 14, starting at page 14. For those of you who aren't, don't worry too much, because I will share my screen with you now using my iPad, and I will show you the various things with the iPad and also with Lexilogos. Remember that the most common form of conjunction between a consonant and a vowel is between a consonant and the following short a, and that's the one that's not even separately marked. You remember, if we write a k, sorry, I need to change this to the correct color. Okay, come on. We write a k. That symbol on its own represents the sound ka. That's the ka followed by a short a. If we want to have a k at the end of a word with no following consonant, we put the what's known as the virama, the pause, under it, so that just represents the sound k. So the exclamation dik is written like that, without that virama, without this little pause sign after the or under the final consonant. It would have been pronounced as dika, but it's not. It's just dik with the virama sign. All of the other vowels have their own marks. Vowel signs, as they're called. We saw that the vowels have their own individual shapes, their own individual letters, which are used at the beginning of a word, or more accurately, at the beginning of a group of words. Because in the middle of a group of words, the words will run together in a way that I will explain. So, ka is written like that. Ka. Remember that the I, if it's a short I, the vowel sign for the I comes before the consonant in question. So this is ki. And it's a mirror image of it appearing after. And the u appear, the short u is like that. And the long u is similar, but facing the other way around, written like that. Gu. The vocalic r, as in the common root kr, is written like a little hook, like that. That's a kr. and the not very common long one is written as like a doubled hook, like that. We'll look briefly also at the vocalic l sound, which occurs only in one root of the language, which is a kl written with a l and a little looped l. So it is a kl, very rarely used. Now the ke, kai, oops, ko. Now ko, that's written, start off by writing it as if it's a long R, so it's going to look like ka, but then it has that hook on the top. Note the hook of the e and the a, okay, they're written directly over the consonant, and they're a bit flatter, a bit more horizontal. Whereas the ko and the kau, that's the ko, there's the kau coming up. It's written as if you're starting off writing a ka, but then written these hooks there. So ko, kau. And I do emphasize I don't hold myself out as being a brilliant calligrapher of Devanagari. The basic shapes are right, but you'll find people with much nicer handwriting. Find them on the internet, and of course use Lexilogos as well. Now for Lexilogos, I will just go and I will repeat these same symbols on the Lexilogos system. I'll now take you to the conjunct consonants proper. If you're following the Yogavataranam, it's on page 15. But I will do it for you on the iPad as well. And in addition to that, of course, you can do it on your own Lexilogos. Sorry, I'm about to say the conjuncts proper. No, page 15 is just a chart, actually, of the single consonants followed by all the possible vowels. So you've just got, for those who haven't got it at home, that is the page in the book, and it's just a table of all of the single consonants in all possible combinations with all of the vowels. And if you're in any doubt as to how it goes, just try it on your Lexilogos and it will bring it up for you. There are no surprises there. What I've done for the, let me go back now to screen sharing. What I've done with the ka there works for almost every other conjunction of consonant with vowel. So with all of them, with very few exceptions that I'll show you in a moment, it's just going to follow that same pattern. So you get ta, you see, ta, ti, di, you, mu, vo, yao, and so on. You'll see the individual consonants with those vowels with the same pattern, that same character, the same characteristic vowel sign appearing with the consonant written in full. A couple of exceptions is where the most important one is where the ru and ru look slightly depart from this principle. So ru the U is just a little hook there. That's ru. Haven't written it very elegantly. Ru. And the long with an U, you'd expect it to be written underneath, but instead it's written as a larger hook inside the R. So that is ru. Ru, nuru. So guru, the gu is normal, that's the g, characteristic g, with the short r. Ru, gura, and a little u there. So that makes guru. And guru nam of the gurus. Guru nam, sorry. Guru nam. There's a long u, ru. You will also see at the bottom of that page the unusual conjunct between the letter R followed by the vowel R. It's extremely rare that this, you have it, Guru Rishi. Guru Rishi, you could have. Normally, the vowel sign follows the consonant, but here the consonantal R goes over the vowel sign for R. So that's a R, and we'll come to this in detail in a moment. This is a Rma. So for karma, we don't write that. That's cheating, can't do that. The R becomes a hook over the following consonants. That's the K, K, then the M. Now to put the R before the M to make Rma, you put a hook above the karma. So that R above the M, that hook above the M is the R. Where you have the vowel R, sometimes spelled like that, but I recommend using just the subdotted R. This behaves unusually because the R sound is attached to the vowel sign rather than the vice versa. So you don't have the consonant R with its following vowel sign. You have the vowel sign R with the consonant addition above it. So show what I mean. So ra, ra, ri, re, but r plus r does it sound like that? So that basically is what page 15 does. It just shows you everything looks perfectly regular, apart from these 4 slight irregularities. I say 4 because you can join it to a long re sound like that. So this is r, r, this one here, which incidentally I don't think I've ever seen in the entire time I've been reading Sanskrit. It's there as part of the table to make it complete. So there we are. No surprises on page 15. Once you've learnt the basic consonants and the vowel signs, they all behave perfectly normally as you would want and expect. No surprises apart from these 4 items. There's ru and r and r, which you'll find on the bottom line on page 15. Maybe I spoke too soon. There's one possible potential slight surprise in the very last row on page 16 when we're dealing with the H. I'm trying to turn this back on page. Please turn for me. There we go. The H sound and behaves normally. Ha, he, and so on. As I mentioned, so often in handwriting you'll see it written like that. Hey, do hey in Hindi. So ha he with a hri, the hook for the r is written inside the circle, so that is the hri sound. So hridaya, heart, is written the hri, hridaya, like that. Not written very elegantly. I'm sure I can do better than that. There we are, slightly better. Hridaya, heart. You will have seen in the Yoga Avataranam book various exercises where you're asked to transliterate lists of words written in Devanagari, transliterate them into the Roman script. I have typed out all of those exercises in Devanagari, followed by the Roman equivalent, so that you can use those as exercises. And I've posted that up on my Facebook page. It's not Facebook page, Google Drive. And soon, I hope soon, to be a proper website. When I say soon, I'm making this video on the 31st of May. I sincerely hope, and I do believe, that sometime during June there will be a proper website page up where all of this material will be gathered into one. But I will just, in a moment, show you the exercise page, which I will screen share with you. There we are. So this is the Word document I have produced. I've repeated these exercises in Devanagari, again using the Lexilogos system, very simple, and giving you the answers down below. You see here in Roman script. I've done all of the exercises there, and you can download that page and use it as you wish. And I've also done the longer sections at the end of the Devanagari lesson with the Devanagari and Roman script. A couple of errors there that I've pointed out, nothing very serious. And a bit from the Bhagavad Gita with the transliteration. For those of you, by the way, who have the book, the translation of these short passages is given in the key section at the back of the book. And by the way, as I say, those of you who don't have the book, it's not terribly important for the learning of the Devanagari, but it's a book that you will need to have. Those of you who are joining the regular Sanskrit language classes to be starting later in 2021 through the Buddhist Society in London. I've just realized that I had the system on pause for the last bit. I haven't yet learned if there is a way at all of rewinding to see where I was without getting out of the entire recording and stopping and saving it. So we'll stop this one here, and I will resume with lesson 3.2 immediately after this.